Shabbat Shalom. Welcome, welcome everybody. We're going to start on page 358. Page 358. And for those of you joining from home, you should see these lyrics right up on the screen. It's from the Psalm, Psalm 27. And what does this psalm imagine? It says, there's one thing I want more than anything, Cantors. I want to be in shul all day long. That's what it says. It says, God, I ask to be in your house, and I want to dwell in your house. And what is it to have that intention? Now, I'm speaking to the choir here. You all obviously feel that way because you're our regulars who come week after week, and those of you joining from home. But the intention is that as we welcome the month of Elul, we ask to be closer to God. We say, can we get closer to you, God? And can you get closer to us and help us be the people we are meant to be? Achat Sha'alti, page 358.
שאלתי מאת אדוני, אחת שאלתי אותה אבקש. Try that with us. אחת שאלתי. אחת שאלתי מאת אדוני, אחת שאלתי
So if that melody was new for you, we're going to sing it all through Elul and other beloved melodies of Achat Sha'alti. And we need to start with the shofar blast before Shabbat, right?
Well, it is the month of Elul, and we just welcomed Elul.
Started.
Yeah,
yesterday.
Just yesterday, and today was Rosh Chodesh. And so that means for all of us, but I think especially, cantors and rabbis, we feel it. We realize, it's 1 month to Rosh Hashanah. On Friday night, 1 month from this evening, we will be welcoming the new year. And so we'll hear some of the shofar calls that will help prepare us. The tradition is that we hear the shofar every day in Elul leading up to the big day. So Cantor, call them out.
Tekiah, Teruah, Shivarim. Tekiah. Shkoyach.
That's it. It's exciting. I'm excited. And we're gonna light the candles and bring in the light of Shabbat. We're gonna invite the Leon Plutsky family to please come on up. And if you're joining us from home, please light your candles right alongside your Stephen Wise Temple community here in Bel Air. And we'll ask you, as you're able, to please rise and let's bring in the light and the joy of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom. You may be seated. We'll continue on page 12. Lechuna Ranana, come let us sing joyously to Adonai, the ruler of all things. Page 12.
Continue with Lecha Dodi. You can find it on page 20, 500-year-old poem that reminds us of the beauty of this moment when Shabbat comes together with the Jewish people in our desire to be close with one another and close with God.
Yalla
עטרת מעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תוך אמוני עם סגולה
Dodi, it's about the Sabbath bride. And I'm thinking, Jacqueline, that 30 years ago you became my bride, but then I just found out that Dina and Ed are celebrating 51 years this weekend. So you're just right a little bit ahead of us. Any other anniversaries?
Nice.
Yeah? How many?
Oof.
Wow. Beautiful, beautiful. Michelle and Adam,
2.
Mazel Tov. And 2 years,
Right.
Emily and Andrew. So we'll keep them coming. But when I was thinking about the Sabbath bride, I connected to that. We're going to continue on page 22, Mizmor Shir Liyom HaShabbat, a special psalm of the 150 psalms. This is the one that's reserved for the Sabbath day. And it's a reminder of the importance of gratitude, not just on Shabbat, but every day, but especially on Shabbat. Tov lehodot. It is good to give thanks to God and to each other.
Mizmor shir liyom HaShabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai. Mizmor shir liyom HaShabbat, tov lehodot l'Adonai, ulezamer l'shimcha elyon, ulezamer l'shimcha.
Tushbechata v'nechemata
Please rise. Baruch Hu, our call to prayer on page 28. God, you are as near as the very air we breathe, yet farther than the farthermost star. We yearn to reach you. We seek the light and warmth of your presence. Though we say you are near, we are lonely and alone. Well, let our desire be so strong that it will tear the veil that keeps you from our sight. Let your light release our darkness and reveal the glory and joy of your presence. We give thanks for the gift of God's love. Ahavat Olam, page 32.
אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אהבת, תורה ומצוות, חוקים ומשפטים, אותנו לימדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו לשמנו ובינינו נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם. אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, אהבת, תורה ומצוות, משפטים, אותנו לימדת. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד.
Page 36. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Together on page 37, love your God with every heartbeat, with every breath, with every conscious act. Keep in mind the words I command you today. Teach them to your children. Talk about them at work, whether you are tired or rested. Let them guide the work of your hands. Keep them in the forefront of your vision. Do not leave them at the doorway of your house or outside your gate. They are reminders to do all of my mitzvot so that you can be holy for God. I am Adonai, your God. I led you out of Egypt to become your God. I am Adonai, your God. Michamocha on page 40 gives thanks for that moment of being led out of Egypt and asks us to do the work that is required in our own lives and in our world to make liberation possible for others as well. Michamocha, page 40.
Some of our B'nai Mitzvah students, and we're so happy to invite her onto the Bima tonight to share her beautiful voice. And Rabbi, we say it all the time, but thank you for this melody. We're so blessed.
Absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. Please join with us. Hashkivenu, you can find it on page 42. We ask God to spread over us, over all Israel, over all humanity, a shelter of peace, a Sukkot Shalom. Tanner. We'll continue with our Misha Berach L'Refuah, our blessing for healing, all those in need of healing. And you'll see if you're joining from home, names of members of our community for whom we're praying in particular. But the invitation for each and every one of you here or online, if you want to say the name out loud or in your heart of someone you're praying for, maybe it's you're praying for this Shabbat, prayers of healing of body, of spirit, healing of mind, whatever it is that you need and whatever it is you need for someone you're thinking of. And then the invitation, the reminder is after Shabbat, call that person, tell them you're thinking of them, tell them you are praying for them. I know they'll get a little chizuk, they'll get a little strength knowing that you were thinking of them and you're standing with them. Mishaberach l'refuah. Amidah in our Friday evening services traditionally said, silently to yourself. It's an invitation to talk directly to God. Thank God for some of the gifts and blessings that you experienced in this last week, and maybe set an intention, a kavanah for this Shabbat and the week to come, some of the blessings you hope to experience, and that you commit yourself to partnering with God in bringing into this world. As you're able, please rise. Amidah begins on page 48. Take a few moments for your silent conversation with God, and when you're done, you can be seated. Some of you might have seen what I wrote this morning about Aner Shapira. I've written before and spoken about Aner. He was at the Nova Festival with his closest friend, Hirsch Goldberg Poland, on that fateful day. They ended up, along with about 30 other people, trapped in a bomb shelter as Hamas terrorists tossed grenade after grenade inside the bomb shelter. And Aner kept picking them up and throwing them back out, one after another, saving the lives of so many people that day, until one exploded before he could manage it, killing him. And just 2 months later, I found myself in Jerusalem at a program in memory of those murdered that day and in tribute to those who were being held captive. And as it turns out, I ended up sitting right behind his parents. They have since created a foundation in his memory dedicated not just to the story of how Aner died, but to the story of how he lived. He was an artist and a musician, and those who knew him describe him as an exceptionally beautiful soul, someone who cared so deeply about his friends, someone who cared about his community, about the future of Israeli society and all of its diversity, and more broadly, for the world as a whole. This week, as we were preparing to welcome the new month of Elul, I came across lyrics from one of the songs that Aner wrote. We haven't reached the point of no return. It's up to us to make the vision come true. Things may be moving at a snail's pace, but I'm unfazed. I get in the zone. This is my belief. This is my truth. That lyric, we haven't reached the point of no return, it struck me so powerfully as I read it in the context of this month of Elul. Because the great word of this season in our Jewish year is teshuvah, return. And it comes from the Hebrew root shin vav vet, lashuv, to return. Judaism makes a remarkable claim about returning. It's always possible. But I think we have to be careful about what we mean by that. Return doesn't mean that we necessarily make it all the way back home. Sometimes we can't. And the story of the Torah itself begins with a home we cannot return to. We'll read this in about a month and a half or so. Adam and Eve leave the Garden of Eden, and the Torah makes clear that the way back is eternally barred. There are cherubim and a flaming sword guarding the entrance of the garden, so we can't ever fully get back to Eden. And maybe this is suggestive about our lives more broadly. None of us ever gets all the way back to our point of origin, to the place we were before we fell short, to who we were before we made the mistake, before the betrayal, before the loss, before the words that were spoken that we can never fully take back. Teshuvah, though, doesn't mean pretending that what happened never happened. We understand that we can't undo the past. But the question is, are we able, lashuv, to return, to turn just a little bit? Can we move a little bit closer? Can we take one step in the direction of the person we want to be? And the answer to that question, undoubtedly, is always yes. No matter what we've done, no matter how badly we've fallen short, as long as we're breathing, as long as we're alive, we can turn. We can change direction. That is teshuvah. And perhaps that is what is meant by saying we have not yet reached the point of no return in our personal lives, in our relationships, in our community. And I believe it about our larger world as well. We have not reached the point of no return in Israel. We have not reached it here in America. We have not reached it as a Jewish people. We may be a long way from where we want to be and where we believe we are meant to be, but we can turn. We can move closer. Now, cynicism might tell us there's no point. But Elul, the month we have just entered, says, just start walking. But there is a danger that I want to acknowledge that's hidden inside this beautiful Jewish idea. If it's never too late to turn, then why not wait? If I can apologize tomorrow or the day after, and it's hard sometimes to say sorry, why not just wait? It's never too late after all. If the possibility of teshuvah will still be there for me later, then why not just put it off a little bit longer? And here our tradition gives us what at first seems like a contradiction. During the month of Elul, as we referenced at the beginning of the service, we add Psalm 27 to our prayers. We read from the beginning of Psalm 27, but the ending of Psalm 27 has its own power. Kaveh el Adonai, chazek v'ya'ametz libecha, v'kaveh el Adonai. Hope in Adonai, the psalmist says. Be strong and let your heart take courage. And then it repeats, hope in Adonai. Kaveh means to hope, but it also carries the sense of waiting with expectation. Waiting with expectation. And notice that the psalm says it twice. Kaveh el Adonai, and then again, Kaveh el Adonai in the same verse. Hope, wait, strengthen your heart, and then hope, wait, Kaveh again. And maybe the lesson here is that real change takes time. Sometimes the work of teshuvah takes weeks or months or even years, sometimes decades. A relationship can be broken in a moment and then take years to rebuild if it's even possible. A habit can become deeply ingrained and require countless attempts to change. And sometimes the goal itself remains, sadly, beyond our reach. But that doesn't make the turning meaningless. Even if I can't make it all the way home, I believe that there is meaning in getting just a little bit closer. Even if I can't repair everything that is broken, maybe I can make it just a little bit better. Even if I can't become the person I truly wish I could become, maybe I could be just a little bit more like the person I know I'm supposed to become. And Judaism says to each of those possibilities, yes. God, our tradition teaches, is erech apayim. God is slow to anger, patient with us all. God is willing to wait. But then during Elul, and we started with this at the beginning of the service, we hear another sound, the shofar. And the shofar says something a little bit different than this patience bit. The shofar says, wake up right now and change. Don't wait. Maimonides famously hears the shofar as a spiritual alarm clock. Wake up, all of you sleepers. Examine your deeds, remember your Creator, and return. And this week's Torah portion, Shoftim, gives us another exhortation, a verb that repeats. Tzedek, tzedek, a noun that repeats. Tzedek, tzedek, tirdof. Justice, justice shall you pursue. Not simply believe in justice, or admire justice, or wait patiently for justice. That's not what it says. It says, tirdof, pursue it, run after it, chase after justice. So the question that I think our tradition in some ways is asking us is, which one is it? Is it kaveh? Wait, be patient, it'll come eventually. Or is it tirdof? You better run after it and chase it because it's not going to happen otherwise. So is Elul about patience or urgency? I don't think our tradition is confused. I think it's telling us something more honest than either idea could tell us alone. The patience is God's. The patience is God's to give, not ours to take or demand. God might be willing to wait for us. That is the element of God's being erech apayim, endlessly patient. But we don't get to borrow God's patience and use it as an excuse for our own laziness or our own cowardness. God may be patient, but our lives are finite. And the shofar is the sound of that difference, which brings me back to where I started, Aner Shapira. I don't know what Aner was thinking in those final moments of his life in that bomb shelter. None of us can know that. But I'm struck by the juxtaposition between the young man who wrote that lyric, "Things may be moving at a snail's pace, but I'm unfazed," and the same person who, when the moment came, acted. Aner could look at a broken world, at a divided Israeli society, at the distance between the way the world is and the way the world ought to be, and still believe that movement was possible. And on that fateful day, on October 7th, when there was no time to wait, he acted. He pursued life. Again and again, he threw those hand grenades back out of that shelter, saving lives, if not forever, at least for a moment. Most of us will be given far more time than Aner was given, but none of us knows just how much. And that is the wisdom of this month of Elul. Be patient with the journey. You can move the needle just a little bit and then a little bit more, and every action will add up to building the world we want to build. But don't be overly patient. Don't wait too long. You should have a sense of urgency. You can't repair everything that's broken. You'll never make it all the way back to Eden, but you better start turning tonight, this Shabbat, this weekend. You can make that call. You can offer the apology. You can tell someone, I miss you. You can say, I want this to be different. I want us to be different. You can take one step closer to home. That's enough for a beginning. So this Shabbat, at the beginning of Elul, ask yourself one question. Where do I need to turn? Not, can I fix everything? Not, can I make it all the way back? Just, what direction am I facing? And what would one step home look like? As long as we're breathing, we can turn. We haven't reached the point of no return. Shalom. I'll invite you now to turn to page 258 in your prayer book, and we'll offer a prayer for our country and then a prayer for Israel. And I'll invite you please to join with me in the middle of the page with these words from the prophet Isaiah. This is the time of the year after Tisha B'Av, leading up to Rosh Hashanah. Each week we read another section from Isaiah, sections of hope. So let's read this middle paragraph together. Thus says Adonai, this is what I desire, to unlock the fetters of wickedness and untie the cords of lawlessness, to let the oppressed go free, to break off every yoke. Share your bread with the hungry and take the wretched poor into your home. When you see the naked, give clothing, and do not ignore your own kin. If you banish the yoke from your midst, the menacing hand, the evil speech, if you offer compassion to the hungry and satisfy the famished creature, then your light shall shine in darkness. And on page 259, a prayer for Israel. Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love, spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. And let us say, Amen. I'll invite you to turn to page 5 in your prayer book, and this is the time in our service when we like to share some smachot, some joyous parts of our lives, and there's also sweet grape juice, and we have some members of the community that like to help out with that, so appreciate that so much, Ruby and Gwen. I'd love to hear, I know we have this anniversary coming up, 51 years, Ed and Dina, that is no small feat, and we heard a 2-year anniversary, Emily and Andrew, thank you so much, and who else had one? And we have a birthday. It is Nomi Zweiback's birthday this coming week. I already mentioned Jacqueline and I are celebrating 30 years of marriage. Who else said there was an anniversary? Michelle and Adam are celebrating. Parents' 61-year anniversary. Who else has anything good to share? Yeah? You have a grandson who just turned 1 and another grandson who turned 8. Mazel tov, mazel tov. And if you're joining online, you can put something joyous in the chat there. We need all the joy we can get and share. I'll invite you, as you're able to, please rise and join Gwen and Ruby in a kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kinshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'b'ratzon hinchilanu, zikaron l'maaseh v'reshit, ki hu yom tehila lemikra'e kodesh, zeichel l'tziat Mitzrayim, ki vanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'v'ratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat. Amen.
How about a l'chaim?
L'chaim.
We'll continue with Aleinu L'Shabach, page 282.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. Page 292, a preparation for our prayer of memory. When cherished ties are broken and the chain of love is shattered, only trust and the strength of faith can lighten the heaviness of the heart. At times, the pain of separation seems more than we can bear, but if we dwell too long on our loss, we embitter our lives and harm ourselves and those about us. The psalmist said that in his affliction he learned the law of God. And in truth, grief is a great teacher when it sends us back to serve and bless the living. We learn how to counsel and comfort those who, like ourselves, are bowed with sorrow. We learn when to keep silent in their presence and when a word will assure them of our love and concern. Thus, even when they are gone, the departed are with us, moving us to live as, in their higher moments, they themselves wish to live. We remember them now, They live in our hearts. They are an abiding blessing. If you're in a period of Shiva or Shloshim, the first 7 or 30 days of mourning, we invite you to rise and say the name of your loved ones aloud. And if you're joining online, feel free to put the name in the chat. And if you're in the first year of mourning, we invite you to please rise and say the name of your loved ones aloud. And if this Shabbat is the yahrzeit, the anniversary of the death of a loved one, please rise and share the name of the person you're remembering. We'll invite everybody to rise in solidarity with the mourners and join together in these words of gratitude to God, page 294. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'vyomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'gala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam elamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shemei d'kudusha barichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'yimru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the one who makes peace in the high places make peace for us and all Israel and all humanity, and let us say amen. You can be seated. A few brief announcements and thank yous. First of all, our Spirit of Shabbat class is every Shabbat morning right here in our Beit Midrash. Tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m., you can join me and Rabbi Josh Noble, and we'll be studying Parashat Shoftim together. There's a short service, and then we have a chance to learn together, and the whole experience is about 90 minutes. There's bagels, there's coffee, there's nice people. You should come. You can also join us online. If you can't make it in person, you can join us on Zoom. So that's our Spirit of Shabbat. It's Elul, so that means High Holy Day. It's right around the corner. So make sure, if you haven't yet renewed your membership, please do so. And if you haven't become a member ever before and you've thought about doing so, now's the time. What are you waiting for? Come on in and be part of the congregation, be part of the community.
Look
These
how much
guys,
fun it is.
These guys will sign you right up. It's going to be great. Were there any other things we wanted to remind people of? Okay. Well, I want to say some thank yous. So first of all, Susan, thank you so much for our lovely Nosh, our amazing band. Thank you, Dr. Tali. Thank you, Jeff. Thanks so much to everybody who makes it possible for people to join all over the world. We have people who join us from, you name it. Africa? Yeah. Asia? Sure. South America? Uh-huh.
Or have we hit Antarctica?
Antarctica?
yet?
Maybe someone's down there with some internet. Who knows? But so thank you, Brian. Thank you, Jack, Mark, Andre, Jordan, Roz. Thank you, Karen, for being our in-person coordinator, and Noel for coordinating online. And you know what I was thinking when I saw that drone flying around here? When I was a kid, we didn't have drones. We had paper airplanes, and we liked it. But here's the thing. You couldn't broadcast in high definition from a paper airplane. But you can from our drone, Cantor. It's pretty amazing.
Thank God.
So thank you for making all of that happen. We really appreciate it. We are going to conclude with Biyado. It's at the very end of Adon Olam. You can find it on page 321. And that last line of Adon Olam says, you know what, God? Hold us, as it were. Hold us in the palm of your hand. Comfort us. Care for us. We'll do the work we need to do. We'll turn toward you during this month of Elul and beyond. And God, be patient and turn back towards us. Please join us in Biyado.
Adonai li v'lo
performance art. We appreciate it very much. Thank you all for being here, and Shabbat Shalom to each and every one of you.